Hi everyone, my name is Laura and I'm an educator here with BEMP, and I'm going to be talking today with you all a little bit about our phenology study trip and what that entails. But before I get into topic, let's meet three other BEMPers to help us understand this study trip a little bit better.
Hi, I'm Louisa.
Hi, I'm Marissa.
I'm Shelby,
And we'll be your educators.
and we're so excited to have you out in the bosque.
As I was saying, this video is for those of you who will be coming into the bosque with us to help us collect phenology data during our phenology study trip. So let's get into how you all are going to be doing that and what data set you're going to be collecting. You might be wondering what is BEMP. So BEMP is the Bosque Ecosystem Monitoring Program. The bosque is a Spanish word for forest. It's not any type of forest though. It's a forest that is right next to a river, and in this case it would be our Rio Grande River. Then we also have our ecosystem. Ecosystems consist of living and non-living things that live together and rely on each other to survive. Monitoring is just watching or observing something, so I like to use the binoculars for that one. And you're also recording that information down. You're observing or monitoring something over a period of time. That could be weekly, it could be daily, or it could be monthly, like we do. And then we have program. BEM works with a ton of schools. We work with local schools in Albuquerque and also in the surrounding areas. We also work with universities. We work with other organizations, federal and tribal partners, and other community members. All of us together make a community. Now, if we focus on the word monitoring, why do you think we monitor the bosque in the first place? Take a moment to think about that. So here are some answers that we have come up with. Just a few. So one is to learn about the health of the bosque. Another would be to see what lives there, or to see how it's changing, to learn about the history of an area, to make predictions about the future, and so much more. But today we're going to be focusing specifically on the one that says to see how things change. And that will be the main goal of our trip, which scientists like to call phenology. Phenology is the study of nature's calendar, like the time birds migrate or plants flower, for example. But how are we going to study that during our field trip, you might wonder? Shelby is here to help us answer that question.
During our phenology study trips, we are going to be learning about phenology, which is about how plants and animals react to the changing seasons. In our bosque, we are going to be looking at cottonwoods. In our cottonwoods, we are going to be looking at the flower buds and the leaf buds, as well as the flowers, the fruits, seeds, and their falling leaves.
Awesome! Have you ever seen a cottonwood tree before? Now that we know that we're going to be collecting phenological data on these big trees that you might have seen in the bosque that have heart-shaped leaves, the cottonwoods, like real scientists, what do you think is going to happen to all this data after it has been collected?
All of these data that we're collecting today are real data that is uploaded to the National Phenology Network, which is a national database where anyone in the country can submit data to, and it can track phenological changes, so changes within our ecosystems and seeing if spring comes later, if spring comes earlier, and how the plants and animals are reacting to shifts in our seasons.
So basically we help track time changes for the cottonwoods and help determine if, in general, the seasons are starting earlier or later compared to other seasons. And why is that important? Why should we care about collecting phenological data in our ecosystem? Maybe Luisa might be able to help us with that.
And why do we care about collecting phenological data in our ecosystem? We are really interested to see how our cottonwood trees are affected by the changing seasons and especially drought.
I see. Cottonwoods are a really important species of tree in the bosque and provide home to a lot of animals, so I can see how changes in this cottonwood calendar could affect those other species. Like how if we have a longer hot season, there will be more transpiration, which is another way of talking about water evaporation, which means that trees will need more water to survive. Or like how if plants start blooming before all our migrating birds arrive, then they might not have enough food to eat once they get there. These are only a few examples of some of the questions we will be exploring in the field together, which leads me to talk specifically about our day. Curious to know what your day is going to look like? Let's check in with Lucian to get a quick overview of how our day in the field will be.
We are going to start our day at the train station. We will then be walking into the bosque, and we will play some games and have some activities that teach us about phenology, and then we will go and collect phenological data. After we collect our data, we're going to go back to the train station, eat lunch, and then head to the river to learn about ecosystems.
Well, now that you know a little bit better what we'll be doing in the field together, you are now prepared for our trip. We're excited to get you involved and we look forward to seeing you in the field. Thank you.